It's DatBoyFred, host of FanvVew podcast. Tune into the NOTN app, weekdays, 3:30 for the FanvVew podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanvVew podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
I'm Dwayne Taylor, passing game coordinator and cornerbacks coach at Alcorn State University, and you're watching the FanvVew podcast. I think like I said, with text message, social media, it has deteriorated all communication, like face-to-face communication with people. I'm not talking about any coach, but it's coaches that'll tweet a kid in his DM and offer him and never talk to him, never talk to the kid, and never talk to the mama, And for me, like you said, I'm old school. Like Gary Lewis came sat in my house with my daddy and told me, bro, I'm gonna take care of your son. How can I offer a kid and I don't talk to the mom? I don't go sit on your couch. And I can't tell you what I'm gonna do to help your son graduate from school. The league is the league. If he can play, they'll find him. But one thing I can guarantee, as long as he hold up his end of the bargain, he gonna graduate. And he ain't gonna have no debt.
Y'all already know what it is. We back, G-Sportz.
Back at it, man. You know how we do.
FanvVew podcast. Listen, y'all get subscribed. Get locked in. FanvVew podcast if you on Facebook. FanvVew podcast if you on YouTube. FanvVew podcast if you on TikTok. It's FanvVew NOLA if you on X. Listen, we all over the place, baby. We can't stop.
We won't stop, man.
Listen, sponsored by New Orleans Talk Network. Give a big shout out to our producers.
Got to, man.
In New Orleans Talk Network, making this all happen each and every time. We keep coming back with the new episodes. And we appreciate y'all listening. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, share a friend with a friend, because we can't stop and we won't stop. But we got another guest, G-Sportz.
God, man, we got another guest in the building, man. New Orleans native, Alcorn State alumni. Cornerback coach Dwayne Taylor in the building, man. Glad to get him on here, man. We always like to get people on our podcast, man, that have a unique journey.
Absolutely.
And Dwayne Taylor definitely has a unique journey, man. Back and forth between the 7th Ward and the East. Growing up, graduated from 35, man. A prestigious high school, man, with the legendary Wayne Reese and people like that, man. But man, we always like to start our podcast off, Coach Taylor, man, with talking about your journey, man. The viewers that tune into our podcast, man. We want them to know who you are as a person, man. So take us back, man. Take us back, growing up in the city, and when you first fell in love with the game of football, man, and how the game of football got you where you at today, man. Being a college coach and being respected, amongst the Dave Johnsons, the Frank Wilsons, the Brock Hayes of the world, of what you're doing in your profession right now.
Well, man, first off, it's a blessing to be here, man. This is a great podcast. Y'all have some really, like you say, the Frank Wilsons, the Dave Johnsons, these dudes sat on these couches. And for me to sit on this couch is big, so. But for me, when I fell in love with football, man, age 7. Early, man. Started playing my daddy. We went to Gremlin Sports. It was called Gremlins. We went up there, got me a helmet, shoulder pads, and we went to Digby Park. And I played at Digby as a 7-year-old, man. Gerard Lewis. That's my little league coach, bro, and I still talk to him to this day.
Come on,
he still, he still called me his son, like his. I got a bunch of daddies. Like I got people that helped me raise me as a village. But Coach Lewis was one of them big factors in me wanting to play football and understanding what it's about. But 7 years old, man, I started playing at Digby Park, man, and played there all the way until the 9th grade. I was one of them dudes that had an early birthday, so
I was one of them.
I was cheap, so I'm in the 9th grade.
That's a cheat code. I be telling people that's a cheat code.
Look, Coach Jimmy Smith, when he was at 3-5, he was like, "You gonna come out and play?" Because there was only 2 freshmen on the team. I was gonna be number 3. I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna ride this park ball thing out. I'm dominating. I'm feeling
I'm feeling myself.
I'm gonna ride this park ball thing out." So played park ball my 9th grade year, then my 10th grade year I went to McDonald 35. Played under Emmitt Smith for a year, man. Dude was a really, really good coach, man. I just think that, just the talent pool wasn't there. You know, and we were struggling my 10th grade year. And then, That's when, Wayne reached the GOAT.
Legendary Wayne Reese.
The man, you know what I'm saying? He came through, and my 11th grade year, we started to get a lot better.
Right.
And you can just see the structure change. You can just see the whole offense, defense. Coaches with a little bit more, mental fortitude towards the game started to come in, like a Frank Daggs. People don't realize in my 11th grade year in 2002, Frank Daggs was the D-line coach at 35. That man never left.
He been there, man.
Been there.
Pioneer.
Been there. And, so from 2002, 2003, my senior year, man, we did really well. We played really well. We had a good season, made it to the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. Beat St. Aug for the first time in like 20 years.
Boy, I know that was big time for the 7 Ward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I wish Katrina didn't take that tape back. We had a whole video camera recorder all the way back through, rolled by their school, had a good time.
What? So y'all rolled out AP2?
Oh, AP2 roll?
Yeah, we was on AP2 roll.
Come on, man.
They getting
y'all
off,
cutting up.
Look, they getting off the bus. We riding past.
Cutting up.
They took us the long way. It took us the long way back to
That was
Kellerack.
trolling before trolling.
Yeah. They took us the long way back to Kellerack, man. But from them, man, honestly, after my senior year, the last game we played West Monroe, I ain't had no offers, But
That from West Monroe was still West Monroe.
Yeah. Them dudes was like
Jacob
really,
Hester
really
was on it. I'm not Jacob Hester.
It was a dude named Luke Sanders.
Luke Sanders.
I can't remember.
Was John David Booty?
It wasn't Booty.
I know Berlin was gone.
Berlin was gone.
Berlin with the Evangel.
He went to Evangel. He went to Evangel.
But they had
Big Whitworth on that team?
who?
Big Whitworth. The left tackle.
He wasn't
for the
there.
Rams.
He was gone by then.
He was gone by then.
But
because I remember he played against St. Aug. That was the year before.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
When they played St. Aug.
Yeah,
Right.
but they had Luke Sanders, and then they had this real big fullback. I can't remember where he went. And then they had a tailback that was good. And them dudes just lined up at 21, 22 personnel.
Hat on a hat.
It was one of them games where they ran it. They ran like 57 times, and I'm sitting there like, bro, like I'm tired of making these tackles on these big running backs, dog. We gotta do something. But after that, I ain't had no offers, man. But I was blessed to make all district, all region, and back then that's when they had the Orleans versus Jefferson Parish football game
In the Superdome.
in the dome.
Yep.
Had a chance to make that, and they had a combine just like they do the HBCU combine. Did that Tulane, and ran the 40. Did some 1-on-1s. With some, we had some really, really good receivers out there. Mike Wallace, like you gotta think that team was loaded. Now we had Mike Wallace, we had Lance Lewis from Landry. We had Big Bake from John Mack. Like we had dudes. Keenan Lewis was the other corner. I was one corner. Keenan was the other corner. You had Glenn Bell that went to Southern and had a standout career.
Yeah.
You had Dennis Christopher, who was the starting safety, who went to
Oregon State.
All these dudes was on one team now. And, basically I went out there, we did the deal or whatever, did the 1-on-1s, and then Gary Lewis from Alcorn came up to me and asked me, "What's your name?" I told him. He was like, "What school you go to?" I told him. He said, "I'll be there tomorrow." And then he said, "How tall are you?" I said, "I'm 6'2". "All right, that's good. I'll see you tomorrow." He came to the school, offered me a scholarship on the spot. It was like, "I saw the way that you was out there talking, the way you competed." And he looked at the film with Coach Reese. Coach Reese told him, "You won't get a better one." He offered me, and then that's when I got like 7 different offers from different schools. You know how
Everybody want to jump on.
Everybody want to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, that's when Nichols came. That's when all the other schools came, the Delta States and all that stuff. ULL even offered me late. So I had them offers late, but I was, it wasn't no NIL. It wasn't no, I wasn't no 4-star, 5-star.
Right.
For me, it was, man, this dude gave me opportunity when nobody else did. I'm going here. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of how I got into football, man. That's how my playing journey went. And went to Alcorn, had a chance to play and meet some really good people, and they actually helped set me up later on in my life too. So
how was those homecomings?
See, all right. So here's the deal.
Let's talk about it.
On that hill.
Let's talk about it. Because Coach Hurricane here, who went to Alcorn.
That's my dog. We played together.
Y'all played together. Trust me, ain't nothing like that hill, man. Let's talk about the hill.
Let me tell you. All right. So as a player, right? You come, you got to walk down the stairs to get to the deal or whatever. Not as steep as Grambling.
Right.
But you got to walk down. As soon as you walk down, there's no barricades, there's none of that. All the old players like, y'all better not lose this game. Like, and you look at it, you like, yeah. But once you come back in and then you go out for the game, as you can't see no green on the hill. all the old players, the sororities, the fraternities, they out there. And you gotta think about it. Hugh Jackson, that was the head coach at Grambling.
Right.
This man has coached in the NFL. This dude has been an NFL head coach, NFL offensive coordinator. He said that the atmosphere at Alcorn, he said out his own mouth, the atmosphere at Alcorn, he never seen that before. He said he ain't never seen it before in his life. It's different up there. You know, you gotta think. There's really nothing to do up there but go to whatever's going on campus. So
I kind of want to rewind a little. I kind of want to rewind just a little because I always like our viewers to understand the journey and the process. Because people think you get to where you got to just you woke up one morning and it just happened, right? So you didn't have any offers going into that All-Star game. What led to you not having any offers? Not having any offers? Did you go to any camps? Was you being marketed? Did you understand the process? Take me back to before you got that offer from Alcorn State.
I'm gonna say this: if hindsight's always 20/20, but Twitter, Facebook, man, it's helped these kids so much. There's been so many kids that hit me up on Twitter, and I look at their film, I'm like, this kid's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So, but back then, I think what led to it was 35 wasn't known as a football school. You know, we had, in girls. 2003.
Y'all had girls.
Yes, we did.
Girls.
We did. Hey, look,
Definitely had the women.
Top
I went to Southeastern, and I'm telling you, a lot of the girls that I was feeling.
Yeah.
With the
What
30,
school you went to?
35.
35? No, I'm sorry, not 35. 35.
I went to 35. I went to 3. Yeah, for sure. But, it wasn't a football school. You know what I'm saying? And, I know for a fact that we had guys on that 2002 team, 2003 team, and, that could have had an opportunity to go play somewhere.
Right.
We did in 2003, we had one dude go somewhere. That was Chris Clark. And Chris Clark ended up playing 10, 12 years in the league, left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Dude was really, really good. But besides him, they wasn't coming down there to really see us.
Right.
Now, as far as camps, Coach Reese made us go to LSU camp. We went to LSU camp every year.
Because back then, just for the viewers to understand, it wasn't all these satellite camps back then.
No,
it wasn't.
Not. It wasn't go to Tulane and Lock Tech and Northwestern and Grambling going to be there.
Yep.
It was really go to the LSU
Go
camp.
to LSU camp.
And hopefully you go there and make a name for yourself.
Yep. And, I went to LSU, and, a lot of people know me from here. Man, going into my senior year, after my junior year, I was 6'1", 158 pounds. So, you go to LSU, they like, this dude gonna have to eat something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I did really well. I felt like I competed really well, but I knew for a fact at that time, my body wasn't ready for me to be an SEC football player.
Right.
And,
you was realistic with yourself.
Yeah, and I think it was more so my daddy too. Shout out to him. Dude was like, bro, you can't go, look at this dude right here. You can't go do what he's doing right now at your size. So either you gonna have to start getting yourself together to eat more, eat better, lift weights, or you just gotta suffer the consequences. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that I felt like made me a better man, because I had somebody in my corner all the time keeping it real with me.
Right.
I never thought a coach was hating on me. It's like, bro, nah, you on some, that's not right. You not right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was awesome. But, for me, with the LSU camp, like I said, I did well. But I think the reason I wasn't recruited was just because people wasn't coming by 3-5.
The exposure.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
And that's why I respect all postseason games, because this be a kid that get an opportunity, that kid,
Yes.
we got to really look at this kid. And I think that's what happened for me. And I'm glad that I had a good enough year where the coaches voted me to go play in the All-Star game and be able to do that. So that was a blessing for me. And then, me being able to really put my talents out there at that point, gave me an opportunity. But yeah, I didn't go to no camp. I went to LSU and that was it. I didn't go to, UL. I didn't go to none of them camps.
Right. So, okay. And that leads me to my next question, right? Back then, you didn't have a lot of African-American coaches in college.
Right.
Agreed.
Right?
Right.
And I think that's a big part of why y'all wasn't getting the exposure in New Orleans, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's fast forward. Man, it's so many African-American coaches that's in college football right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave nobody out, but I'll just name a few. Tony Hall.
Yep.
Coach Wilson at Arkansas.
Yep.
Frank Wilson.
Yep.
Jalou. Dave Johnson. Brock Hayes. Quan Drake before he got out the game a little bit.
Ricky
Brumfield. BT Jordan. Man, the list goes on and on. I don't want to leave nobody out because there's so many people.
Correct.
Cortez Hankton.
Teddyville.
Like, bro,
Go down the list.
you know what I mean? It's a lot of us that's in college football. And I think that's why you see so many kids in the city flourishing.
Yep.
Correct.
On that next level. So talk about that, man. Talk about how the landscape of college football for these kids in high school has changed because of, the Frank Wilsons who a lot of people say is the godfather of being a trendsetter of getting us, our kind, out there to college football to be able to give us opportunities.
Man, I remember when Frank was the head coach at Old Walker.
No doubt.
We used to go do 7-on-7 with them dudes. And they got Buster and they got all these dudes. And I'm like, but honestly, man, you got to understand, when I was in school, it's only one college football coach from New Orleans that I could think of off the top of my head. That was Calvin McGee. Rest in peace. Like, that's the godfather, if you want to talk about it. He's the godfather. He's the one that really started this thing as far as New Orleans football coaches coaching at the next level. That's one dude I just named. He just sat here and named 13 off the top of his head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
and I know I'm forgetting some people.
Yeah.
And you know you're going to get some. Yep.
So, like you say, all them, Skylar Jones, people don't even talk about him. He from the city. Skylar is the assistant D-line coach at USC. He done been in the league. He done been everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And now Eric Henderson.
Yeah.
Icky is the USC, and he the D-line coach.
Exactly.
Who was coaching with the Rams for 5-6 years.
Yep. And I think what happens is, people from New Orleans have a genuine spirit. So when we get a kid from New Orleans to come to our school, we're going to look after that kid a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Just because we know how it is coming from here.
Coming from there.
We eat different food, bro. We talk different. Some people may take how we talk as aggressive.
Some in the red beans, brother.
Yeah.
Some in the red beans.
Yeah, you go and you call one of your coaches little brother, they might kick you off the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you need that voice of reason that, like, no, that's how this kid is brought up. That's how we talk. Like, it's people from New York, people up north, they talk different.
Right.
But people don't realize our slang because everybody don't say everything that we say. So for me, I think that with all these guys that's in college football coaching right now, you just name all them dudes, that's African-American coaches. They from New Orleans,
They're
bro.
from New Orleans.
I'm talking about New Orleans public
New
school.
Orleans small, bro.
Yeah.
It's not big like a Dallas, Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Los Angeles, Miami. This is a small, it ain't that
small,
big,
though.
bro. New Orleans, like, when people come to New Orleans from another state, they say stuff like, man, it's not that far to get to.
It ain't far to get
why
to.
did they get to
10 minutes. I
10
tell
minutes.
people that all the time.
10, 15
Man,
minutes.
how long gonna take you to get 10 minutes?
10
dog?
minutes,
Like,
dog.
I'm dead
10
serious.
minutes. 10 minutes.
I mean, 10 minutes.
Now they got a little traffic going on. Cool, you may be a little something.
Right.
For the most part, yeah, 12.
It's small, bro.
Yeah.
It's a small city.
And like I said, people don't realize, bro, that dude's from New Orleans, bro. So that's a testament to the Frank Wilsons, the Dave Johnsons, and the Jabbar Jalous, and the Mickey Josephs.
Mickey
who went
Joseph.
out
Mickey,
there-
another- I
and-
forgot about Mickey.
Got Mickey.
Damn.
Damn. Vance Joseph.
Vance Joseph.
Vance, yeah.
Terry Joseph. Terry Joseph.
Yeah,
All
you
the
go down
Joseph.
the list.
Get all the Joseph.
Get all
Pop.
Joseph.
You go down the list. But that makes it like, man, like, all these dudes from this one city. Do you know what that means for the opportunity for these kids?
There you go.
Forget all the other stuff. Forget us as men. We've lived our lives. We're
Right.
doing what we love for a living. But can you imagine giving a kid an opportunity who never had an opportunity and go to school for free, that's going to get 3 meals a day every day, that don't have to share a room with 3 people? That means a lot to these kids. And the fact that we got so many people from this area that can go and give that kid that opportunity, that's the best thing for me.
Right.
I definitely
Right.
had 3
And
I
teaching
definitely
them-
had 3 roommates in college.
Right. We was in that Lee Hall suite.
Boy,
you
what?
already know.
I
You
would-
already know. And it's bigger than that too, bro. It's about teaching them how to be a man. Think about, we come from some
Tough.
Yeah, bro.
impoverished areas
Yeah.
in the city, man. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from Homer, but
You
I have a
adopted.
lot of close friends.
You adopted.
You
adopted.
take it, dog.
There you go. There you go. Take me. But we come from a lot of impoverished areas
Yeah.
in the city, man.
Yes.
A lot of them kids coming from single parent homes.
Right.
A lot of them kids only getting 1 meal a day.
Right.
They getting a second and third meal when they go to school.
Yep.
Listen.
And they don't understand how to be a man. I got a lot of kids I talk to, man, and I mentor, played on my 7-on-7 teams that tell me, man, if I ain't go to college and I wasn't with a Dave Johnson, with a Frank Wilson, with a Jabbar Jalou, with a Brock Hayes, with a Tony Hall, I don't know if I'll be the man I am today. And I think that's the bigger picture that I look at when you talk about having all these coaches from the city spread out all over the country that's giving back and giving kids opportunities.
And not to add to what you're saying, G, some of these kids, and I ain't trying to speak negative on the wall because that's where I'm from, but a lot of these kids got peers who been killed.
Mm-hmm.
Killed.
Yeah. Like, and it's the norm.
It's the norm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they witnessed this stuff. Oh, man, no. That's his life.
Yeah.
That's the kid that he's scared to open up to somebody. He's scared to talk to somebody. He's scared because he feels like things are just taken away because of what he had to experience. The violence, the criminal activity, all this stuff. So when that kid finally gets out of, his environment, that's why it's important you have those type of coaches in their life because they're a living testament to what they've been through and they can relate to those kids. A lot of these kids coming from here, even though they got all the physical talents in the world, but they're dealing with things.
Yeah, bro.
They're battling demons.
Bro. Straight up.
It's just what it is.
And we went through it as kids.
Yes.
So one thing, shout out to my head coach at Alcorn State, man. This dude, he say this all the time. He was like, how can I punish a kid for something that I did? I just didn't have no social media. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Now, I'm talking about not nothing egregious, but a kid, kid, say for instance he does something mischievous. You know what I'm saying? And we jumped down this kid's throat. But just 15 years ago, we were doing the exact same thing.
When you don't know, you don't know.
And exactly. So why can't we just explain and talk to these kids? And that's why I feel like it's important that the people from New Orleans, when they recruit these kids, we take care of them. And that's what, people always talk about how New Orleans high school coaches is a cult. You got to have a pass to go down there and all this. Because they don't want you to mess over the kids.
Over the kids.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing about you. It's the kids, bro. And that's what this about, bro. This whole deal is about kids. And Dave Johnson said all the time, man, getting that free 99.
Yep. 99, Getting that free 99,
Get that free 99, bro.
It's I won't go back and talk about your time in Alcorn.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you learned by being a player that kind of helped develop you to becoming
and put the swag on, man.
Put the swag on, man.
Put it on. Because I feel like the swag doesn't get his due diligence.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I tell kids this all the time.
I would agree.
And anybody watching this, they know this. I'm not just saying it because we on camera. Kid get a swag offer, and it kind of like
they shine on it. Okay, they shine on it.
Mm-hmm.
I got an offer from Florida A&M. I got an offer from Graham. I got an offer from Alcorn State.
Yep.
And they kind of don't take it as serious, right? And I tell kids all the time, bro. First of all, that's your people.
Mm-hmm.
That's your people. And you going to look down on them. And secondly, man, if anybody going to offer you a scholarship to go to school for free, to be able to use football as a tool, to be anything you want in life, shame on you. Yeah, bro. Shame on you. But talk about your time at Alcorn, man, and shine light on the swag.
Man, I met at Alcorn, first off, the dude that was my head coach, his name is Dr. Johnny Thomas. So dude is a doctor already. He already had a doctorate as a head coach. I learned so much stuff from him off the field. I think that was the best thing for me. Like, if you go by, he's not going to let you pass by his office without saying something to you. Hey, Dwayne, come here. How class going? How your parents doing? Especially after Katrina, because that happened when I was in school.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm talking about it's every day. How your mom doing? You talk to her? Because at one point I didn't talk to my mom or my dad after Katrina because we ain't had no phone service. Bad enough we ain't had no phone service anyway. It was at Alcorn. Back then, we got it now.
You in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we got it now. But just back then, like, that's just how it was. But even now, everybody tell you, all the people from Southern, all the people from Grambling, when you come to Alcorn, it's a family environment. We don't care what logo you have. You a family. Like you said, this our people. It's us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we take care of us. Yeah, we gonna fight on the football field. We gonna basketball court. That we compete. That's what we do. But at Alcorn, man, I learned so much from the people around me because I thought I had it bad growing up in New Orleans. You see partners getting killed and stuff like that. But back then, man, it was dudes that were coming to school that didn't have running water in their house because Mississippi was so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
so that was a real thing that was going on in Jackson State.
Yeah.
With the water, what Dion was talking about.
That was something on the city. That was on them. I'm talking about people from rural parts of Mississippi who didn't have running water in their house.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
And you like, and I'm sitting here and we sitting down playing a video game, and dude like, I ain't never owned a video game. I'm like, I thought I had it bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that that I've learned from people, and man, it just the time there. I think that was the foundation of me really molding me into what I needed to be. You know, just playing there, the people I met, the alumni that helped me through. Like now coaching there, it's amazing to see these same people, and they remember me, and they like, oh yeah, they used to call me Wayne Head. That was my name. Oh, that's go Wayne Head. You know what I'm saying? And they still. You want something? I'm cooking tonight. You come get some food, like stuff like that. I'm like,
and that means a lot.
That means a lot. That goes a long way.
Yeah, you know, and even as a grown man, like I don't want to cook all the time. Yeah, I'm coming through Miss Johnson. Yeah,
when somebody want to break bread with you, dog, that mean a lot, bro.
So you know, so I think
got some mustard greens. Come on,
Let's go. So I think people really, like you said, we get a bad name just because you know it is blackball. They think it's blackball. Man, you got some of the best coaches that came through the SWAC, bro, that are really, really good coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about even just through Alcorn, you got to think, you know, Mickey Jones was at Alcorn at one point.
Yep.
You know, and Mickey done been to the highest of the high. Yep. You know, you got Ralph Street, who's the D-line coach at Marshall right now. He came through Alcorn. Willie Simmons. Simmons.
That was at Florida A&M.
He was the OC at Alcorn.
Not yet Colorado, huh?
No, he's at Duke.
Duke,
He's a running back coach at Duke.
Sure did. Yep.
You got Cedric Thomas, who's our head coach now. Like you have some really, and he's been at Southern Miss. He's been a head coach multiple times. Like you got some of the best minds in the game. In the SWAC. Like you look at some of the innovative stuff that people was doing back in the day. When Mississippi Valley in the 80s, they had Satellite Titan. They stacking 4 wide receivers behind each other. And people like, what are they doing? I ain't never seen this before. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people mimic it, but they're not going to talk about, oh, I got this from here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you think about back when Dooley and them started opening up at Southern back in the early 2000s with P. Richardson. Like, throwing that thing around. You know what I'm saying? Melvin Spears when he had Bruce Eugene. Like
Bruce Eugene,
yeah, bro. Like Alabama State when they had Tavares Jackson. Like when I was in the SWAC, you had a great quarterback on every team. Bruce Eugene, Tavares Jackson, Donald Carey, who from New Orleans went to McMahon. He was at Alcorn. And he's second behind Steve McNair every statistical category. That's saying something. At Alcorn. Like you got these dudes, and these are some of the best players in the country, in the SWAC. When I played, and I tell people this story all the time, 2006, we had Charlie Spiller, who ended up going to play for the Buccaneers. Nate Hughes, who ended up going to play for the Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. I remember Nate Hughes. And then he said, man, you know what? I don't even want to play football no more. I'm going to go be a medical doctor. This dude's a medical doctor. Anesthesiologist, make $400 an hour. You had Emmanuel Arsenault, who's going to go into the Canadian Football League Hall of Fame. These three receivers on the same team. And then you had Antonio Brown, who played for the Steelers. He was at Alcorn at one point.
Before he went to Western Michigan.
Before he went to the prep school. The only reason he didn't stay at Alcorn was because he didn't pass the summer school class. If he'd have passed his summer school class where he'd have been eligible and not had to go to prep school, he went to Alcorn State. So
wow.
That's
fun fact.
Fun fact. Like he was crazy thing. He left Alcorn, went to his prep school. Left his prep school, went to Central Michigan.
Yes.
His roommate was Darren Martin, who's the receiver at McDonald 35, graduated with me. So we always used to talk all the time. D. Martin played at Central Michigan too, from right down here.
Right down there.
So the SWAC really produced some of the best people. I'm talking about like you don't even know, you know, that like Antonio Brown should have been at Alcorn, you know. So people down the SWAC, but it upsets me because, man, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them people on that yard, bro. I'm talking about, I had a rough junior year, my going into my senior year. Man, my DB coach from New Orleans, Gary Lewis, got me out the bed. I walked around to every class. He made sure I got all my work done. Like, they're not going to do that at every school, bro.
Right.
And we still do it. I do it to this day because they did it for me.
They did it for you.
You know what I'm saying? So
You're paying it forward.
yeah, bro. So it's just the time, the love, and the care that you get at those schools, man. Because we don't have the big support staff.
Mhm.
We don't have 3 analysts that coach the O-line, a GA, a director of player personnel, a
You don't
nutritionist.
have the Power 5 resources.
We don't have that. So I'm your nutritionist. No, don't eat them hot Cheetos today. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
eat that ranch.
Yeah, leave that ranch alone, But
that ranch good, boy. Tempting. Be calling.
Fire.
Spicy
Call
meal.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, dog. But for me, it's like I'm all that in one. So now I'm more invested in you than the average. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm really invested in you because I know when your girlfriend break up with you. You don't got to go to director of player personnel do that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I know when you sick and you not eating right. I'm your nutritionist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, for me, I'm investing in you. So what can I do to return that investment? Man, I'm gonna make sure you graduate, bro. Regardless if I gotta take you, walk you to class, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it.
What I want to talk about with you is, and why I was really excited to do this podcast with you, you got a unique journey, man. So you was a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You was an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator.
Yep.
You coached NAIA. You coached JUCO.
Yep.
You coached in a SWAC.
What haven't you not coached?
Power 5. Tell them come get me.
That's
right
the only
now.
thing you missing. That's the only thing you missing. So
You not coached.
I kind of want you to dive into, man. You don't find too many people that was an OC and a DC
Yeah.
and coached at all them 3 different levels. Like, you really got out the mud, bro. Kind of talk about that experience,
Yes.
man. Being able to coach on both sides of the ball and be a head coach
Mm-hmm.
and coach at them three different levels.
Yeah, man. So I started off coaching at Natchez High School, probably about 30 minutes away from Alcorn.
Alcorn, yeah.
And I'll tell you that story too since we here. I was walking in the student union one day. At the time I had a baby on the way, so I knew I needed a job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I can go GA, I can get a job and take care of my daughter. So at that time I saw a guy with a Natchez High thing on in the union. I ain't think nothing of it. I went up to him. I'm like, hey, you work at Natchez High School? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, I'm trying to get in touch with the head coach. I want to try to start coaching. I'm 21 at the time. I just finished playing. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have no idea how to get into this. I just want to start coaching. I want to teach and coach. And Steve Davis, who is the head coach at Natchez High School now, he wasn't at the time, which is crazy. But he was like, yeah, I know the head coach. I'll call him for you right now. He called him. And he was like, look, I got this young brother from Alcorn. He need a job. He coached DBs. Well, he played DB. He coached DBs. He's like, tell him come see me tomorrow. I went and saw him tomorrow. I had dreads at the time. So I went and sat down with him and the AD.
Right.
And the AD said, if you cut your hair, I'll hire you. I said, all right, I got you. I got my hair cut 20 minutes later. Cut it off, give me a job. That deal.
Done.
So started coaching at Natchez High, man. I was the defensive back coach, defensive coordinator. So started coaching there for 4 years. And then I got out of coaching because I had some family stuff. Katrina happened.
Mhm.
Pops moved to Dallas. He was struggling. I'm like, man, I don't care about coaching. I'm going back to Dallas. I'm going to help my dad. And then, at that point, like I said, I was on the defense side of the ball. I was out of coaching for a year. And then my dog, B. Brown, got the St. Helena job. And I called him. And I'm like, man, I said, man, congratulations. I'm glad you got an opportunity to be a head coach because you was the DC at Columbus in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, you deserve it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, man, you trying to come back and coach? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good with it.
Right.
I said, let me think about it. So then, he gave me an opportunity to come and be the offensive coordinator, and, I would be crazy if I sat up here and say I blew it out the water. Like, I took my lumps. And, like, one thing I respect about B. Brown is he didn't sugarcoat nothing. He kept it 100 with me through the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And, it's things that I wish I could have did better as an offensive coordinator because I felt like at one point I felt like I was failing them kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody wants to feel that way.
Yeah, and but I think that was the best. That was the best thing that happened to me. That right there, St. Helena was the best thing that happened to me. Yeah, best thing that happened to me. And then after that, I had an opportunity to go to Delta Charter School as the defensive coordinator, head basketball coach, and that was kind of closer to where at the time I was in a relationship that was closer to where my fiance was. So I moved back. I'm like, all right, bet. Appreciate the opportunity, B, but I moved back. And the head coach at Delta Charter School, after a couple months, he ended up getting another job. So they promoted me to head coach. So that's how I became the head coach at Delta Charter School.
Did you feel like you was ready?
No, but look, Dave said all the time, bro. You ain't gonna never be ready for everything, but you gotta jump in. It's on the job training. You know what I'm saying? like figure it out.
Awesome shit. Yeah. Awesome shit.
Figure it out. So, got that opportunity, and I mean, we talk about me being ready to be a head football coach. I played football all my life. I'm good. I ain't played no basketball at high school. They want me to be the head basketball coach. I'd have finagled my way into getting a little extra check.
The stipend.
Now I'm the head basketball coach.
Every little thing help.
You feel me? So, but actually, what's crazy is that we end up. It was a JV schedule because the school was just opening. So I had 7 through 10 graders on my team. We played JV and some varsity games. We went 21-4 in basketball. So
Come on, man.
now I'm like, man, I might need to be a basketball coach. I'm cold blooded. Like I'm cold. Like,
He feeling himself.
Yeah. So, but then of course you get that you start in that football deal, man. I got back and we had the season, and then I ended up going to Wilkinson County as a defensive coordinator, bigger school, bigger ball, and it's kind of where my career took a turn, because at Wilkinson County, they had me set up, man. I was teaching 2 classes a day. I was a special ed teacher. I was making $6,000 to $8,000 a year. I was a defensive coordinator, and I was helping with the track team. I was good. I'm in Mississippi making $6,000 to $8,000 in 2013-14.
Pretty good.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mississippi, absolutely.
And so, and this kind of where my career took a turn, because it was after the season, and my boy RJ Fleming, who's a receiver coach at Toledo at that time, he was at Trinity International University in Deerfield, Illinois. He was down there just visiting his family, and he brought his defensive coordinator with him. We all go out to eat. I'm sitting there just talking ball with the defensive coordinator.
Right.
Not thinking nothing about it. Nothing. We just talking, we eating.
Having ball conversation.
And this dude from the defensive coordinator, he's from California. He asked RJ, man, you can take me to get some chillings. This man wanted chillings. I'm like, wherever y'all go ahead. I ain't eating that. So they went and we.
Hold up, you don't eat chillin'?
No, dog.
Come on, bro.
It's just the smell.
You eat trite?
I don't even know what that is. I don't eat that.
Man,
You from Homer though. You from Homer.
Yeah, bro, you
understand that.
Come on, dog. That's like foreign to me. You don't eat chili.
That's why he got it.
Yeah, dog.
You put a little crystal hot sauce on it. With a little rice? With a little rice?
You can't eat chillings with your adopted family. Eat that with your real family, dog. Nah, I'm messing with you. But what happened was, we sitting there, we talking, man, and he was like, hey, you want to coach college football? I'm like, man, that's my goal. So he was like, I got a D-line job open right now. I was like, I'm going to take it. I don't care. I ain't never coached D-line. I was like, I'm going to take it. I don't care. So he leave. And in my head, I'm like, this dude ain't tell me how much it costs. How much it gonna pay me? So I called Dave. Dave Johnson is my mentor, guys. I'm gonna say this on camera. This man be bucking me up to do stuff now. So I called Dave. I said, Dave, look, it's a D-line job at an NAIA school. What you think about it? Take it, D. Take it, D. If you're scared, get a dog. Take it.
You sound just like
all right, bro. I got you. So the DC called me back. I'm like, how much does it pay? And he's like, well, you gonna be. This how he laid it off. You gonna be able to stay on campus. You got a spot on campus. I'm like, yeah, he about to play me. So he's like, you got a spot on campus, whatever. He was like, but it pays $10,000. And I'm like, $10,000? What you mean? They're like, yeah, it's $10,000 a year. I called Dave back. Dave, these people offered me $10,000.
That's 8% pay cut.
Look, I'm exactly
8% pay
exactly.
cut.
He said, I said, Dave, these people offered me $10,000. D, I don't care. Don't be stupid. Take it. I'm like,
what?
So then I really had to sit down and think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm calling all these people. Like, dog, like, what should I do? And everybody said the same thing. Everybody said,
you trying to get in? You got to get in.
Do you want to be a college coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a college football coach. You got to take that job. Like, that's like
sacrifice.
And they asked, like, how many times you sent out emails and all this stuff? I sent them out every almost every day. You know what I'm saying? This man give you opportunity to go coach college football. It don't matter. You need to go. So packed up 2 bags and got on a plane and went to Chicago and started coaching D-line. So, from there, I coached the D-line, and then what happened was RJ ended up leaving. RJ Fleming ended up going to TCU as a GA.
Right.
So they bumped me up to his spot. So I only coached the D-line for the spring. I ended up, when the season started, I was a DB's coach. Right. And then I went up to restricted earner. So I went from 10,000 to 30,000. And I'm living on campus, and I'm like, this is a blessing. Like, I'm talking about, you look at that
small
check,
wins.
and that thing say $500 for the month. And after they take that child support out, you like, ooh. But, hey, look, so.
But that's your super ain't nothing to play with.
Ain't nothing to play with.
Can I get these ramen noodles, please?
Yeah. That's probably why I'm like I am now. I got too much ramen noodles. I can't even look at them no more. But but I had an opportunity to coach there, man, and I got promoted to special teams coordinator. Got promoted to co-defensive coordinator. Like, had a really, really good experience there. And then I was like, man, it's cold, cool, Chicago, cool, but I'm gonna try to get back home. So what happened was my boy RJ Fleming again. RJ was a G at TCU. The dude who was the offensive coordinator at Texas Wesleyan he was the offensive coordinator at Texas Wesleyan. He was a G at TCU with RJ for 6 months. He left, went to go be the OC at Texas Wesleyan, asked RJ if he wanted to come and be the receiver coach. RJ said, no, I'm good, but I got a guy. He wanted to get back closer to his
RJ at
family.
TCU, he was Gary. He was over Gary Patterson.
Correct. Yes.
Street.
He was. He a gangster. Real good dude, bro. Real good dude, man. And so he calls Kyle and say, "You need to hire this dude. I know he only coached offense for 1 year at St. Helena, but you need to hire this dude." Kyle calls me. We talk. All right, boom. Come on. We go in. He offers me the job. I take it. A little bit more of a pay raise. I'm back home. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Closer to home. So that's how I got to offense and defense. Basically, people just vouching for me. But I learned so much from Kyle.
And a big part of that is because you got to be a good person and have some kind of
100%
relationships. Yeah.
100%. And I had a chance to, Kyle, dude was smart, man. Like, dude come from Sonny Cumbie and Doug Meacham, the Air Raid guys. Okay. Like, right from under Mike Leach. You know what I'm saying? Like, real smart. So I learned a lot. And Kyle had some stuff going on to where I had to call the plays a couple games and stuff. So I had the opportunity to call plays and everything at the college level. So on the offense side of the ball. So that was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So had an opportunity to go there, and then, just the rest of the journey gets crazier because in December of 2019, I reached out to Dawson Odom. He never reached back. And then
he was at Southern?
He was at Southern. So then I had my partner Skylar, who's at USC now. I called Skylar. I was like, bruh, I see y'all need a receiver coach. I won't come coach the receivers at Southern. He was like, I'm gonna tell Odom. So the convention rolls around in January 20. Right. We go to the convention. I have an interview. I go out there. Skylar was like, oh, you killed it, bro. You did a good job. So then I'm like, all right, bet. Let's see what happens. So I'm steady waiting. I'm steady texting Coach Odom. Hey, Coach, you need anything? You know how it is when you waiting on something. Like you know how you really don't want to bother somebody, but you're trying to be assertive. Yeah.
Trying to be assertive, but also 100%. Trying to figure out where you stand.
So March roll around. Boom, COVID hit. So I'm like, this dude ain't about to hire me. He started interviewing a whole bunch of other people. COVID hit, so I didn't get the job there. So then 2 days after I didn't get the job at Southern, Holmes called me where I had an opportunity to go coach at the JUCO level.
Right.
So I was the co-offensive coordinator, running backs coach at Holmes for 11 months. Dawson Odom leaves Southern, goes to Norfolk State. He calls me. Hey, look, man, you did such a good job on your interview. I know you're on offense right now, but I know you're a defensive guy at heart. Got a corner's job. You want it? I was like, all right, this Norfolk. I know they ain't paying $10,000. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So that gave me an opportunity to get to the FCS level, man, the MEAC, man, and just be able to live up there. And like Virginia Beach is amazing, bro. It's a beautiful place. Had an opportunity, to work for a really, really good coach. Dude won championships.
Right.
A really, really good coach.
Stand-up guy.
Yeah, stand-up dude, bro. Nothing bad to say about him. And then after that, that's when, after certain times, after you get to a certain point in your career, your reputation precedes you.
Yes.
You know, and that's not me bragging or nothing like that.
Nah,
It speaks for
You know what I'm
itself.
saying? Yeah,
It speaks.
but-
That's the purpose of a resume.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. So I don't, I don't like to brag or nothing like that. But so the dude that's the head coach at Alcorn now, he called me and was like, "Look, bro, got a spot. You want to come back home?" Like, it's hard to say no to your alma mater.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, Coach Odom's understood, man. So that's how I got here, and it's been a blessing, bro. Like just running across. And I had the opportunity to work for two of the best in the SWAC. I work for Dawson Odom and I work for Fred McNabb. Them dudes got championships with an S. You know what I'm saying? So had the opportunity to see how both of them do it. So that was a
You
blessing.
got an incredible journey, man.
For real.
And this, man, I don't know. That's a lot of traveling.
It is. Make you tired, dog.
It's a lot of traveling because it sounds like from what we spoke with Coach Brock Hayes, we told Dave Johnson, Jaluk. Man, it seemed like it takes a toll on you because you don't know where this is going to
Correct.
take you.
Correct.
It's like it's an unknown.
Yep.
Right. Until you get to a place where you feel like, man, I've arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I'm recognized. My peers recognize me as one of the top coaches in this area.
Mm-hmm.
But it was consistent is no one's exempt from a journey.
No, not at all.
Not many people say, hey man, I just started here and this is where it no.
Yeah.
Everyone has the journey along the road, and it's unique to see how many different places you've been and how many places you had to go to get to where you are now.
No
you
doubt.
have to just tell somebody, well, how you got here. Dude,
Yeah, bro.
this took
Sit
something.
down. You're gonna need a little time. You feel
Yeah.
me? So, but talking to Brock, I gotta say this. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
say this on camera. So, yeah, this how Brock and Bryce, this how all three of us met. We all went on our visit to Alcorn together.
He told me about this.
Look, I'm telling you, like
He
it's
told me about
crazy.
this.
We all went on our visit to Alcorn together. So we go out there, and me personally, I'm like, I like it. It's out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It beautiful women. The people treated you great,
Mhm.
Right.
on your visit. You know what I'm saying?
It's like home to you.
So I'm good.
At 3-5.
I'm good. yeah. So I'm good. So this man, I'll never forget. So we get back on the van. We going back to the hotel from the basketball game. Bryce tell me, he said, Dwayne, you committed, huh? I was like, yeah, I committed. He was like, I said, you committed? He's like, no. Boy, you coming out here by yourself. I'm not coming out here. Bryce say, I'm not coming way out there. I'm not coming out here. I'm ready to go home right now. So he went to, of course, him and Brock with the ground.
At the
But
ground.
ever since then, we just been tight. Them like brothers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so I just had to tell that story.
Nah, he definitely told me about that. I was dying laughing when he told me about the ride all the way up there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dog.
Oh my God.
Man, talk about being a multi-sport athlete. I think when college coaches are recruiting kids, and I tell kids this all the time, man, don't just play one sport.
Mm-hmm.
Play multiple sports because it makes you more attractive when college coaches recruiting you. One of the first things they're gonna ask you is what your core GPA is.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they're gonna ask you what other sports do you play. You was a multi-sport athlete at 35, man. Talk about how that really helped you, not only be good in football, but it made coaches more attracted to you when it was recruiting you.
What kids don't understand is once you get to college, especially playing football, like it's a 12-month job.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the fact that I can see a kid balance playing football, his books, then he go play baseball and he run track, and he in the band. That's what I did. I played football, I played baseball, I ran track, and I was in the band.
What'd you play in the band?
Baritone.
I thought you like a cymbal player.
No, dog. No, I wasn't
Hold on, don't disrespect them cymbals. I
No,
played
no,
cymbals.
no.
I played cymbals now.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Come
with
on now,
it.
come on
Ain't
now.
nothing
A lot of
wrong
girls like them cymbals.
No, yeah,
Come on now.
twirling them. Yeah, y'all can twirl, y'all can shine.
And scratching
Y'all
on,
can
and scratching
shine.
on
Y'all
too.
them Z's,
Don't disrespect the cymbals.
I'm a brass guy. Me, I played
Gotcha.
trombone, baritone, dog.
All right.
3-5. We had 175 people in the band. I'm telling you, I can show you on the film, not YouTube.
Best band in the city.
Right now,
Like when
Back
when
then.
your era.
back then, the K.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you
Kennedy.
were gonna say Carver.
Nah, Kennedy.
No, Carver wasn't.
Kennedy.
Carver wasn't like it was. Like my era when I
Kennedy.
was in school.
Kennedy. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Hands
For real?
down.
Like
Kennedy.
the like I went to
Kennedy.
Marshall, so I went to Marshall for middle school. If I had my way, I'd have went Marshall in the band at Kennedy. My daddy wasn't happy. That's how bad that Kennedy was cold. I give props to what props is due. The K, they look like Southern and they sound like Southern. Like, yeah, bro.
Who the hell was the band director?
Rollins. He was like that. Yeah, bro. He
knew the band director name.
Yeah, bro.
That's how you know.
Yeah,
I knew for sure it was Kennedy.
I was gonna go there. I wanted to go to Kennedy. My daddy said no, boy.
Too bad the kid wasn't known for football back then.
No.
They wasn't, but they wasn't bad.
They always had some kids.
They
There was more of a basketball program.
Yeah. Dwayne Mitchell and all them.
Yeah.
Them dudes so cold.
Yeah.
Squeak, all them dudes.
Yeah.
Squeaky played at Digby.
Mm-hmm.
All them dudes, bro.
I had a cousin who played with them over at Kennedy, Trinity Smith.
Yep. But yeah, I think kids, with the multi-sport stuff just shows that they can handle a load of college football, strength and conditioning, doing work, all that. Because it's not just like in high school, after you're done in November, you lift weights an hour after school and then you go home.
Right.
You gotta live, breathe, and eat this thing. We gonna be at meetings, we gonna be watching film from the last year, we gonna be breaking stuff down, we gonna be looking at PFF, looking at your PFF grade, trying to see what we can do better to make you better and to make me better as a coach. So it's really this is a 12-month job.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even the kids that can play multi-sports at the college level do special. Like right now, we got a linebacker that played. He's a starting catcher on the baseball team, and he's a reserve linebacker for us. And dude don't miss nothing. Like, he a machine.
His time management must be nice.
Nice.
Great time management.
Good kid too. Like, that's the thing. He not worried about the parties and all that stuff. Like, dude, like he tell me, like, he asked me.
He a strong-willed kid.
Yeah, no doubt. Because he asked me,
ladies over there.
You want to come throwing the, because I play softball. I play slow pitch softball. I'm a softball. I love softball. He's like, Coach, you want to come throw me batting practice and stuff? Like, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a football coach. I don't care.
Right.
But that just shows the dedication.
The dedication,
that kid
yes.
has, you know what I'm saying? So
I'd have been out. Woman with distraction.
Man, talk about the landscape of recruiting now.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
A lot of kids I mentor, man, I think that one of the main things I'm always harping on is having good communication, being able to carry a conversation, look a man in the eyes, firm handshake. You know how we was raised,
100%,
right?
yeah.
And I just think that's a lost art in today's society, man. Talk about the landscape of recruiting and how it's changed with this generation of kids.
I think like I said, with text message, social media, it has deteriorated all communication, like face-to-face communication with people. I'm not talking about any coaches, but it's coaches that'll tweet a kid in his DM and offer him and never talk to him. Never talk to the kid, and never talk to the mama, and for me, like you said, I'm old school. Like, Gary Lewis came sat in my house with my daddy and told me, bro, I'm going to take care of your son. How can I offer a kid and I don't talk to the mom? I don't go sit on your couch and I can't tell you what I'm going to do to help your son graduate from school. The league is the league. If he can play, they'll find him. But one thing I can guarantee, as long as he hold up his end of the bargain, he going to graduate. And he ain't going to have no debt. You know what I'm saying? So for me, recruiting has changed so much because of social media, bro.
Right.
Like, and I have a heavy social media presence on Twitter because that's the stuff that the kids like to see.
Yup.
They like to see the graphics.
Yep.
They like to see the band playing. They like to see, us celebrating in the locker room after wins and stuff like that. But, college football is way more than that. You know what I'm saying? And then if you dive deeper in it, just the relationship between a coach and a recruit is way deeper than that.
Right.
It's deeper than me just offering you, bro. It's way deeper than me just offering you. It's to the point where you got to understand that this is a business for us, but it's also a business for you too. Because we paying you to come here and do a service. What's your service? Football. But after football, what should happen? Regardless if you play 4 years or if you redshirt play 5 years. If you play 4 years, you should at least have a bachelor's degree and getting ready to start your master's. If you play 5 years, you should at least have a bachelor's and be on your way to finishing your master's. And that's the communication that I have with these kids, because most of the time I can get a kid that don't have an offer and I talk to him and I say, hey, look, man, we want to finish watching you. we want to see what you got, and then I'll let you know what's up. The next question he asked me is, so how much y'all can pay me? Like, bro, like, you don't have no offers. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, the thing is, when the social media stuff, not even just the communication, just you see this person get $500,000 from Kia, you see this person get $1 million from Mercedes. Like, that don't work like that for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's situation different.
Yeah.
And not just that, but every kid feel like they're entitled to this influx of, I don't know, invisible cash.
Oh, 100%.
That, and we don't know, there are some kids out there that are, getting some money.
Yeah.
They got kids out there. We're not saying they don't. But they thinking that every kid is getting money. And that's just not the truth. You get what I'm saying? And it's just this volume of it, because they see the highlight reels, they see the tweets, they see these 60-second, reels and stories. So their mind is so in flux to where they're thinking that every time they need to come play football, actually do something, they need to be compensated.
Not at all.
And that's not how it works.
Well, again, this is for name, image, and likeness. Like, this is something that you're doing on your own. This is not you going to school and we say, here's this amount of money a month. No,
Don't work like that.
You do this on your own. Like, when I was at Norfolk, we had a kid named Raekwon Smith. This dude got 62 NIL deals. He do that on his own. He got him.
He was marketable.
Yeah, and he markets himself. He does a really, really good job on social media. And, this kid got a Mercedes. He got, he get free coach. He had something with East Bay. This dude really doing it big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he get free food from Hardee's. Like, dude, but he went out and did that. He didn't come to us and say, okay, I'm going to sign, but I need 6 NIL. Nah, he did that on his own. And what these kids got to understand is schools don't have nothing to do with that. That's on you, what you get and what you go get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're associated with the school and you can use your name, image, and likeness for that deal. But no, like, the school has nothing to do with that. And we can't touch that. We can't even go to, we can't go to FanvVew Live and be like, hey, y'all want to make this kid get this kid an NIL deal,
and that's what they think.
Then that's when we get in trouble.
Yeah,
exactly. So some schools have collectives.
I say collectives, yeah.
But and I'm proud to say that we're one of the only SWAC schools with a collective. We have a collective that, and our head coach tell the kids, like, bro, like, as you're coming in, you're not getting anything. As soon as you're all conference, you're gonna get paid. And
I like that.
I like that.
Earn it. I'm earning.
And he tell them straight up. We got a kid right now, Malachi Bailey, dude, first team all SWAC 2 times in a row. He getting broke off from the collective, and and what happens is the collective knows. So the collective come and they broker that deal. We don't do nothing with it.
But that's what needs to be started to be explained more in college football. Because there's NIL and there's collectives, and everyone has intertwined the two.
Yeah, it's totally different.
And it's totally different. I think that's where a lot of confusion is coming in.
Yeah.
When people hearing about a lot of this, but I think a lot of it is collectives that's going on, not so much. There's NILs, but I think everyone's trying to put them in the same pot.
But we don't have nothing to do with the collectives either. That's them. That's the 1871 collective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, what happens is we set the precedent. Bro, if you are all conference, get your NIL deal. The collective knows if they're all conference, they can broker their own deal. Go ahead, do your thing. But I can't say
you're not orchestrating nothing.
G all conference. Hey, collective, he need $2,000 a month. I can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but the whole point is, like, I really feel like kids should be compensated. I just wish that it and nobody knows because we're in uncharted territories.
Right.
It just needs to be, it needs to be wrangled in, and a little bit. It needs to be, wrangled in and needs a cap on it. A little
right.
bit,
I like the way you communicated that, just not for our viewers. But I want to kind of piggyback off the NIL and go into, man, just talk about some of these realistic conversations you gotta have with not only the kids but their parents.
Yeah.
Of course, every kid think they going to the NFL.
Number one dream killers.
And what I try to tell kids and say it to them in a way where they're not offended.
Yeah.
Where they understand, man, like, I believe in you, but at the end of the day, most often than not, you might not be going to the league.
Yep.
But use football as a tool to get where you're trying to get to in life. Use it for networking purposes. Use it to make yourself a better man, and using the sport or this coaching staff to learn life skills.
No doubt.
And I think that's what's being lost in this whole process of when kids getting recruited. So kind of talk about that conversation that you got to have with kids and parents about, look, you might not make it to the NFL. That don't mean you can't be successful though.
Correct. And and again, my head coach, man, like I said, I got so much respect for the dude. He when we do recruiting visits, he say, everybody say what position they coach. He just say, man, I coach life. I'm not worried about football. Like the football stuff, that's the reason you here. We know you can play football, but what else can you do to market yourself to when you graduate? Right. And I kind of take that recruiting spill with me. Like, bro, like I'm in your living room because you can play football. I'm not just going to every kid on your team school. I'm every kid on your team house sitting on their couch and saying this same thing. You can play football, I know that. But what are you gonna do to get a return on your investment? And the kids say they want to go pro. It's like, bro, like, what if you don't? Like,
then what?
Yeah, like that's the question. Like,
right.
What if you don't?
So
what's the set? Like, what do you want to be? I want to be an NFL player. Okay, what's the second best thing you want?
They don't know, bro.
What's the next thing you want to do?
No, but
they don't know.
You know what happened? They didn't do the math.
Correct.
250 people, 2,500 people a year. That's all NFL rosters.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you know how hard it is to be one of the 2,500 players to play in the National Football League?
Yeah, bro.
But that is extremely hard.
It's hard.
And one of the first things I ask kids around like 8th, 9th grade, what's your plans after high school? Don't tell me nothing about the NFL. Don't tell me nothing about the NBA. What's your plans?
Mm-hmm.
And 90% of them say, man, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do.
But the fact that you get in their life early enough to be able to do that is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
No
so
doubt.
Because if they get to 11th, 12th grade and they saying they just want to go to the NFL or the NBA, then somebody has failed them along the way.
There you go.
I'm talking about, but one thing I can say, bro, not even lying, recruiting this area, recruiting New Orleans, I rarely I'm going to leave. Like, yeah, them kids, they tell you, like, they know what they want to major in. Like, Bryce does a great job with them kids at Coach Dags. Great job with them kids at 3-5. Like, them kids will tell you what they want to major in. They know what they want. Like, they know what they want to do with their lives. Now, I don't know if that's just them putting on the front or, but the fact that, and for me, I always ask kids too, like, bro, what do you want to do? Like, what do you like to do? I'm sorry, what do you like to do?
What you interested in? What you passionate about?
And some of them be like drawing. I'm like, man, go be an architect. You know what I'm saying? Because I told my dad in the 8th grade, I was like, bro, I'm going to be a football coach. Like, weird.
Hold on, bro.
No lie.
How you knew that early on?
Cause Gerard Lewis, my little league coach, he was cool. Dude I'm talking about he had chains. He talked like he had like I'm talking about.
All right, it makes sense.
I want to be like him. Like I'm like, and then I even say like if I go to the NFL after that, I'm gonna be like him. Like this dude cool. Like he cool. Like he got buku friends. He driving a fire car. Like like his wife pretty. I want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my thing.
Because when you in the 8th grade like that, you're impressionable.
Yeah. Very, very impressionable. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, stuff like that, you don't forget things like that.
Yeah, that's why them kids going on recruiting visits when they 15, 16, 17 years old and they can see the facilities. And
bro.
It's impressionable.
Yeah, bro.
I want to
go here. I want to go here. Yeah, so that was
me. He made being a coach be cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, and I'm talking about just the way he even like the way he disciplined us. Like, and he probably gonna watch this. You only can say 3 things at practice: yes, coach, no coach, and moving coach. That's all you can say. And then, but afterwards, he come up to you, he hug you, I love you. Like, I'm talking about this dude still tell me he love me to this day. Like, if I call him right now, he gonna say it. Like, and that's the kind of person that I wanted to be. And I just was blessed. After him, Wayne Reese. After him, Dr. Johnny Thomas. Then Lance Reed at Natchez. That was some. And then a coach with Brandon Brown. Like, I'm naming dudes that have played college football, dudes that have did it at a high level and coach high school football at a high level.
Yes.
Like Brandon Brown, East St. John, Roller. Lance Reed. He's a principal now. He the one that gave me my first job at Natchez. Bless you, dog.
Thank you. Bless you.
Alvin Fosselman, who was at Wilson County. He the defensive coordinator at Prairie View now. Like Dawson Odom, Fred McNair. I've worked for Cedric Thomas. I've worked and played for some great people. Right. And I've been blessed. It ain't one coach that I've worked with or played for where I'm like, bro, I don't really like that dude. Mm-hmm. They all left a good, you know what I'm saying? They all left a good, impressionable, like, stamp on my life. And I'm blessed for that. Everybody hasn't had that. But for me, it's like these black positive people. You know what I'm saying? Right. Black positive people in my life. I won't be one of them. Because I want somebody to say, dog, I don't want to stay in New Orleans. Like, I want to be a coach. I want to be able to help people. And if you can help one person, or if you get one person or two people to do that, then that spreads to 4. And then next thing you know, that's generational curses being broken. And that's what I'm looking for, man.
Right.
So
what's your end game, bro? You know, you've been in the game, you've been through it all. I always like to ask, I don't care what you're doing, if you're a coach, if you're a barber, if you're a rapper, it don't matter.
Don't matter.
I always like to know what your end game is, man. So what's Dwayne Taylor's end game?
I tell people all the time, once I, make as much money as I can make, I got two things. There's 2 things I want to do. Either be a head coach of a Mississippi Junior College, head coach at McDonald 35. That's it.
So why Mississippi Junior College?
Oh, man, they spoil you. When I was there for that 1 year, I'm talking about they spoil you. You get paid good. They give you a house. They give you a car. I'm talking about you get paid great. You don't have no overhead. And it's good football.
Sound like Pearl River.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no overhead, and you still coaching at a high level.
Yeah, and you're not that far from the city.
You're not that far. But once I'm old, I sure wouldn't mind going back to 3-5 whenever Dags give it up. No shot to you, Dags. Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
Just know we're here to carry the torch.
Yeah, and that's
here to keep it going.
And I think the thing for me was like, I had a chance to go back to Alcorn. Wouldn't be bad to go back to 3-5 for a couple years and coach that once it's over with. Once I'm on that down slope.
They got a couple kids though that's really, really talented. 2 brothers, Jacoby Anderson and Jakai Anderson, man. Mm-hmm. I think, them 2 gonna make some name. Well, they didn't already kind of made a name for themselves early on. Mm-hmm. And I think by the time, I think Jacoby gonna be a senior next year, Jakai gonna be a junior. I think by the time both of them get ready to lead 3-5, they're gonna be two high level prospects that's going into college, man. And I always tell people, man, that 35. Let me stop saying 35. 3-5. 3-5 has always been known to have them athletes, man. So, man, if that's your goal and that's something that you want to come to fruition at some point in your life, bro, I like how you putting that out there, man. And because the power of the tongue real, no?
When you speak it to the existence, real. When you speak it to the existence,
existence,
man. Size of a mustard seed.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. And that's that I always live by that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta put it out there.
No doubt.
Before we go, I want to ask one question.
Go ahead.
You've been coaching offense, you've been coaching defense, but the game has evolved.
Yeah, bro.
The game has changed. Talk about some of the differences, especially playing DB from when you played to now coaching DBs.
Yeah.
Now, and what are some of the technique differences that are now, because the receivers have evolved.
Yep.
So what are some of the changes that DBs that you realize you had to learn how to coach better, that it was different when you was playing?
Yeah. So,
all these damn different releases.
Bro, look, let me look. I was just about to say it. So back then, man, like everybody teaching bump and run. Get your hands on the guy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, but at the end of the day, like you said, man, these dudes got all these releases. Like, as a defensive back, you got to have stuff in your toolbox, and if you ask any of the players that play for me, they're going to say Coach Taylor's going to talk about the toolbox. So when we see a certain split, all right, we see a guy off the ball, we see a guy on the ball, we see if we on the tight end, if we, just using the weekly film session to know, all right, his favorite release is this V release. His favorite release is the speed release. Whatever. I got to know what I got to pull out my toolbox. So honestly, when I played in high school, it was one technique. When I played in college, it was 1.5 technique. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, we play off, we play bail, we play catch, we play kick, we play mirror motor. We got so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because offense, like people don't really won't talk about it, but I mean, offenses dictate what defenses do. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like,
Correct.
Because it evolves so much.
You gotta understand, a defense can only be one thing. You're gonna be 3 down, it's gonna be 4 down. They either gonna have 1 high, they're gonna have 2 high. Like it's not like a lot, but on defense, these dudes can come out in 37 different formations and run the exact same play, and it look different because it's different formation. You know what I'm saying? So
And your alignment got to be different.
yeah, everything got to be different. So for us, you know what I'm saying, the game has, especially on the defense side, the game has evolved so much that you have to make sure that your kids have what they need in their toolbox to be able to compete with the offenses and what they're doing. And then on the offense, if I was on the offense side, I miss it. But boy, if I was on the offense side, I'd probably run 4 plays, but I have 400 different formations, so you would never know what is coming out. That's all it is. It's tough. It's tough. Like, you know, our offensive coordinator we have now, like just going against him in the spring, like I think dude probably has only like 3 plays in, but he already got 14 formations.
Right.
And he's in the different motions and getting to what he got to get to is really good. So, you know, the game has evolved, man. It ain't no 21 personnel under center like West Monroe did us. You know what I'm saying?
And the way that's being officiated is all catered to the offense.
100%. Like, you know,
like they don't want you putting your hands on them too far down the field. Yep. I mean, it's you really at a disadvantage if you playing DB. And I tell people all the time, I was having an argument. So I coach at a middle school, and we was having this argument in PE a couple weeks ago. What's the hardest positions in football? I said quarterback and corner. Quarterback and cornerback is the two hardest
positions
because you going backwards, bro.
Yep.
And if you going against a Tyreek Hill, bro, and you can't even really put your hands on him and do what you want to do like you did back in the day when Ron and Lightning was playing and the Rod Woodses of the world. You can't play like that. So you at a disadvantage and you got to go at that. So I just feel like quarterback and deep in corner, preferably,
no doubt,
is the 2 hardest positions to play in football.
I agree. And I would say tackle too on the offensive side because these dudes coming off the edge now is freaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Michael Parsons and TJ Watt.
And just like cornerback.
They coming. See, back in the day, it was coming with just mostly strength.
Yeah.
Now they coming with this strength and speed, being able to bend. You know, you ain't have too many Lawrence Taylors back in the day. That was like a dime a dozen.
Lawrence Taylor, you had a Derek Thomas, you may have had a Reggie White.
It
was sprinkled.
Yeah, it wasn't like it is
got
now.
somebody now.
And then, like you say, like corners going backwards, them tackles going backwards too. And
you're right.
And them dudes, that's the reason they pay them so much. That's the reason they pay the tackle so much, bro. Like that's a tough position, dog.
Especially the blind side one.
Yeah.
If it's if you got a right-handed quarterback, it's to your left tackle, and if you got left-handed, it's your right one.
No doubt.
Those are just
tough.
It's these freaks and natures.
No doubt. But before we end the podcast, man, we gotta get into Wayne Head's favorite. I like that Wayne Head. I like that. Here we go. Favorite football player of all time, no matter what level.
Deion Sanders, man.
That's mine. That's mine.
That's
why I wore 21.
I wore
21 because of Deion.
That's what I wanted to be.
Everybody won't be prime.
Everybody won't be prime.
What? I used to hit the dance after I picked something off. I ran a punt back one time. I hit the Deion dance. I wore a do-rag under my helmet because of Deion.
All that.
Yes. Deion, I just ain't had a chain.
Deion, we're poverty, baby. Listen, Deion had the most swag of any football player.
I couldn't rock that jerry curl, though.
No.
Rock that jerry curl. I had breeze back then. I was rocking a breeze.
Could do the soul glow?
Huh?
You couldn't do the soul glow? That's what he had, like soul glow.
The soul glow off Coming to America.
I mean, follow the drip. Follow the drip, dog. Favorite sneaker all time?
Ooh, probably the Bugs Bunny 8s.
Ooh,
that's the first time.
Man, I forgot about the Bugs Bunny 8s.
First pair of Jordans that when they came out, I bought them with my own money.
Damn, I forgot about them.
First pair of Jordans I bought with my own money.
That's the first time I ain't hear about.
I'm talking about like I loved them shoes. So, yeah. Got a pair now. I don't even wear them. Like when they re-release them, I just don't even wear them.
Right.
I don't even wear them.
Favorite place to visit?
Probably I gotta give you one, huh? Chicago. I miss
Chi-town.
Chicago.
I like Chicago too.
Look, first off, in the summertime.
I never been in the summer.
Oh,
I only went in the wintertime.
So
I want to go to the beach. What's the name of the beach?
Oh, you talking about it's right there off of 51st.
I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
I couldn't really experience it because it was
Yeah.
wintertime.
Yeah, man-made beach, but it's cool. Real talk.
Bro.
Chicago got a beach.
It be jumping too.
Yeah, like I got some partners that went to the beach in the summertime, and they was like showing me pictures. I'm like,
yeah, it be jumping.
I got to experience that. Yeah, but I went in the winter, so I couldn't experience it.
Yeah. Chicago, a good melting pot. I just wish I lived in Chicago when I wasn't making $10,000, which I was making a little bit more.
Right.
I was making what I was making now. Yeah. But nah.
I had a bad experience in Chicago. I've been there twice, so I was down there and I stayed at the Hard Rock off of right there by the Trump, by the bridge, by the bridge.
By the bridge.
Man, I'm walking to the Walgreens. Dude tried to rob me with a knife.
They don't really get down like that in that
but
area,
no,
though.
But no, they told like the people at the Walgreens told me. Well, I got back to the hotel. I'm sorry. They told me, they say once nightfall, don't walk on the bridge.
Yeah, don't mess with the bridge.
Yeah. Once it's like during the daytime, they say you good, but once nightfall, don't walk on the bridge. That's why all the hoodlums and the crackheads and the you know they and dude tried to rob me with a pocket knife. Like, and the dude was about like he was a midget. True story. Me and my partner took off running. True story. Right there, like the Trump Hotel right there, and you walking.
It's the bridge right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
But the thing that look like a honeycomb. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I like Chicago. I had a nice experience out there the 2 times I went. Favorite coach of all time that made the most impact on you, no matter what level?
Wayne Reese. Yeah, ain't even a question. That's my dog.
That's your guy.
Oh my goodness, that's my dog. Ain't even close. Like I said, I've worked with, played for some really, really good people. It's just how Wayne Reese really molded me to go to college and all.
Right.
Oh man, that dude special. Special.
Gotcha. Favorite comedian of all time?
Ooh, Bernie Mac. That's easy.
If him was here, if him was here,
that was easy.
Bernie, easy.
Bernie.
It ain't arguable.
I love Bernie.
I mess with Bernie.
Bernie is hilarious.
Yes,
listen, Bernie did so many. Listen, if there's a scene in the movie, and you think about a movie, right? I don't care if it's like I don't care if it's above the rim. Like, he ain't trying to be funny.
Tupac had to slice him up like that, man.
Yeah, dog.
He had to slice him up like that, dog.
Ain't you too flip?
Come on, dog.
It man hilarious.
It didn't matter what scene.
He played any role.
Yeah,
he could play any role. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
I think when those little small sings he had, dog. I ain't gonna lie. When you go back and watch Booty Call,
bro, I was just about to say that.
Sean.
I'm gonna kill you.
He was so animated.
Dog, it just his face, like you could tell, like you think he's serious.
Yeah, bro. Bernie was cold.
Right.
Bernie was cold.
Right. Favorite rapper all time.
See, this tough, cause I'm.
You on spotlight.
Yeah, dog. I gotta go with the whole body of work, and what put me through certain times is Wayne. All right.
Okay. Okay.
But I have a very, very good liking for Andre 3000.
He underrated.
I'm talking about, like, I really listen to all this man stuff. I listen to flute music. Like, I just like him.
He underrated,
I like him.
He wanted, like, when you talk about lyricists.
Yeah. 3 Stacks is, know.
Yeah, like Stankonia, like that was and talk about the shoes. Stankonia was the first album I bought with my own money, like out the store. You know, I was on the LimeWire. I was knocking LimeWire out, but
forgot about LimeWire.
LimeWire, Kaza.
I did Kaza, all that. Like, like I'm downloading
Take that
to the
computers
computer,
up.
messing them up, then going straight to Black Planet when I finish.
For real. For real.
Nah, but yeah, man. Wayne. Yeah, dog. Like, I'm talking about just back in the day, just to all the way now. Like, I even like listening to the Collard Grove too. Like, Wayne spit some. I'm like, yeah, like this the Wayne. I like this. Like, some on them songs. I'm like, yeah,
this ain't
like,
Tucci.
You know, they did the on the Collard Grove. They did the Whoa Chemo Cyber. They did a remix on that. Wayne got on that went off. I was like, yeah, this the Wayne.
I think he freestyled it.
He had to.
I think he freestyled it, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, y'all got, if you ain't listen to it, go listen to it. That
Yes.
boy Wayne still Wayne, bro. But that's my dude.
Okay. Toughest player that you ever went against, no matter what level, and toughest player you ever coached against.
Toughest player I ever went against. See, is I got a bunch. I can get high school and college.
Yeah, that's fine.
Toughest player I ever went against in high school, Chris Marquis.
Ooh, from Jesuit.
Jesuit.
He tough. He
That
tough.
man-
He was laying that hat too.
He was very, very good. He was. I'm talking
UCLA, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
And the only reason he ain't really shine because he was behind Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yep.
Right.
That dude was cold.
Should know what the UCLA though, man.
He was cold. He was good.
And he was good in basketball.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was
In,
good in
yeah,
basketball too.
like dude was really
He from
like,
Hornville. He was supposed to go to Hornville.
Yeah,
Yeah, he from Hornville.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I don't know how but you know why he didn't go to Hornville? That's when Hornville had Lionel Evans, Mark Young,
No, they had
Nick Cannon,
what's the boy name? The running back, because I played against him in the All-Star game.
Lionel Evans, Darius Raynaud.
There you
Darius
go.
Raynaud.
Yeah,
Raynaud.
Darius Raynaud was a sophomore.
No, it must have wasn't him then. Man, it's a dude. I played against him.
Turner, who went to Southern Illinois. They was low. I'm telling
I
you,
can't remember his name. But they
Chris Marquis, all of them was in the same. Like, I don't know if they was all in the same class, but they was all around the same grade.
Time.
And Chris, now that's what people from Hornville said. I ain't saying Chris Marquis said it, but they say he went to Jesuit because Darius Raynaud,
It was Raynaud.
Turner, Darius Raynaud went to West Virginia.
Yeah.
Turner went to Southern Illinois. Lionel Evans, they call him Pookie. He was like the best one out of all of them. I think he ended up going to JUCO. He had no grades. Mark Young, they call him 2-3. He was like one of the coldest receivers I've ever seen in my life. Nick Cannon was the quarterback. He was the two-lane. Ended up being a doctor. They had Greg Populous. He went to Idaho. They had Ryan. Like, they had dudes on that team. They had dudes on that team. They lost to West Monroe in the semifinals.
In the semis. That was my scene.
In the semifinals. Then the next year, they beat Evangel in the state championship.
Yeah, they did.
In the dome.
That was my senior year that they lost to West Monroe, I think. But
Chris graduated 03.
No, 04. So they
they won it 04.
They won 04.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat
No. So I'm saying like football season 03, but I walked the stage in 04.
Yeah, that's Darius Raynaud in them. They beat
'cause
Evangel.
That's one. Oh, so they won the state championship.
Yeah, they beat
championship.
Evangel with
Evangel.
Jacob Heston.
Okay. Yeah.
With Jacob Heston them. Yeah. So that's the reason why Chris Marquis didn't go to Hornville. That's what all of them say. Now, Chris Marquis might have a different story, but they say that's why Chris Marquis went to Jesuit because they were just too loaded.
Might got to get him on the show if you're watching, Chris. Come
Come
back.
back. Come
Say
tell your story.
Look, he probably don't even know. I remember that, but that dude was good, bro.
Yeah, Chris Marquis was real good. He was real good.
In college, bro, like Tavares Jackson was like
Oh,
I'm
rest
talking
his
about,
soul.
he was just an animal though. Like he was just a dog. Like
How he ended up at Alabama State?
I have no idea. But look, ask B Brown this story. Ask B Brown this story. B Brown said, man, he went. So this pregame, B Brown go out. This is my sophomore year. B Brown the captain. He go out there, go shake hands with him, and he said, man, I don't want. Tavares told them, I ain't shaking your hand, and don't call me by my name. Just call me 7. B Brown said he come to the sideline. Man, we about to beat. Man, Tavares dropped 450 on him. Damn. He was nice, but he was one. But then after him, like no lie, Bruce Eugene was really like that too.
Like Graham?
Yeah, them two. I had to put them two. Bruce was cold.
Yes,
Bruce was very good, and he had some good dudes.
And he won a national championship.
Yeah, he won that championship. And if he wouldn't have got hurt, they'd have beat. I think it was like Washington State that year or something like that.
Yeah.
Like them dudes was really really good. So man, like I say, bro, played against some really good dudes, but yeah.
What about coached against? Like when you was game planning
for a kid.
You saying, man, I don't know how we gonna stop this motherfucker.
Danny Johnson
From Southern.
Yeah, he was spectacular when I was at St. Helena. Danny was spectacular.
What high school Danny went to?
East Feliciana.
Sure did. East Feliciana.
Number 10. I'll never forget it. I see him running through the mud right now. He was really good. And it's a reason to do in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What he did, like 7-8 years?
He's still in it.
Yeah, I'm saying with the Commanders.
Commanders. And, you know, he had offers from ULM. That man, he one of the ones that broke the mold and went to Southern. He was he technically wasn't supposed to go to Southern, but man went to what he
wanted to be different.
Taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And He went up there and he returned punts, he returned kicks, played corner, all conference, all American. Not dude in the league, you know what I'm saying? But he was, yeah. Danny was good.
Danny good dude too.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, my dude Ken Annual training.
Okay.
Been training him since he was a pup.
Yeah.
Danny good dude, man. And he, you know, we always talk about. Well, Bryce said this on a podcast a couple weeks ago. He said, man, not only are they looking for the best football players when they trying to get you to the league, but they're looking for the best people,
best person.
And I think that's a big reason why Danny has been able to sustain that long of a career. You know, because he's a good person.
I tell people all the time, man, talent to get you in the door, but personality and character will keep you there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
There
gonna
ain't
keep
no
you there.
question about it.
Talent will get you there, but if you don't have the personality and the character, this is gonna be over.
Yeah.
Yep. Soon.
Yeah, bro.
Soon. All your bad choices, all your bad decisions, all your flawless character traits, it's not gonna keep you. We've seen some of the best talent that come through here. And I don't like to say people got bad character, bad talent, but we see some of the best talent. We said, man, damn, on Friday nights, man, that kid should be playing Saturday, that kid should be playing Sundays. We see some incredible talent come through here.
Yep.
We talk about it all the time.
And they're not playing on Sundays, right? They're doing something else for a living because some of the choices and the decisions.
Yep.
Talent will get you so far.
Yeah.
At some point in time, you're going to reach to a place where everybody here is talented, dog.
Yep.
It didn't matter who you thought you was in high school. Everybody here was somebody in high school.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So now, what are you going to do? You got to keep working hard, get good at your craft, get good at your job, but your character is going to keep you here. You want to keep messing around over here and doing all these, making these bad choices? That's fine. This life ain't for you.
Yep.
They're going to sit here and reward you with millions of dollars, dog.
Something got to set you apart.
Something got to set you apart. Too many people trying to come knock down this door.
Being different wins.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it.
When you want to be like everybody else, that's when you lose.
That's when you lose. You ain't just like them.
Yeah, bro.
No, but man, I appreciate you coming on the FanvVew podcast, Dwayne, man. This was a very enlightening episode, man. I feel real good about how you was able to shed light on the swag.
Yes.
And your coaching journey, man. I know people that's gonna watch this podcast that, you know, it might be somebody that's inspiring to be a college coach or get into this field. And I'm more than sure you done inspire some people, bro. I can't wait for us to drop it and for people to hit me up and be like, man, that Coach Dwayne Taylor inspired me, man.
Yeah.
I'm about to follow some of his footsteps.
Yeah, it is. You already know what it is. Listen, it's the FanvVew podcast. Listen, get subscribe, like, comment, share, friend with a friend. Again, we're on Facebook, FanvVew Podcast. If you're on IG, FanvVew Podcast. You on TikTok.
We ticking and we talking.
Yeah, you ticking, you talking. So make sure you TikTok the FanvVew Podcast. If you're on YouTube, FanvVew Podcast. If you still on X, it's FanvView NOLA. It is. Don't get subscribed to G-Sportz. I can't help you if you're underneath the rock, baby.
You know it.
I can't help you, baby. We're in a generational age, baby. We're in the age of technology, baby. We ain't going nowhere. We can't stop. We won't stop. You already know what it is. It's the FanvVew Podcast.
G-Sportz, man, we signing out.
Signing out.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
It's DatBoyFred, host of FanvVew Podcast. Tune in to the NOTN app, weekdays, 3:30 for the FanvVew Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanvVew Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.